Okay, enough with the intro. That's like the 7th time I've tried to record it, and I just cannot get the words that I'm trying to say out, okay? But anyway, how you doing today, ladies and gentlemen? It's been like 2 months since I last uploaded a video, and I bet you never thought I'd upload a Minecraft video on this channel, at least not anytime soon. But bills are coming out soon, and your boy kind of needs rent money. That's like the best way to put it. Either that, or I'm going to be funding Tanner69046's cigarette addiction. Wait, that's not fair to say. He has a nicotine addiction, not a cigarette addiction. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you might be wondering today, what are we doing in this realm of Minecraft, besides the fact that you have way too many clouds above your head to even have a chance of explaining to us what is going on? Well, let's talk about it, alright? So over the last month, there was actually this new mod that ended up releasing, made by a person by the name of ProtoManly, and long story short, it's the coolest mod I've seen for this game in a long time. Now, a very specific niche that I don't talk about on my channel, like, at all, is that I am a big weather nerd. I love severe weather. I love any kind of weather. Mainly, of course, let's be honest, tornadoes and severe weather of the sort. But I have a soft spot in my heart for all things weather related. And about a month ago, this mod ended up releasing, and I'm only just now getting to it because a couple things have happened since then. Some changes have been brought out to the mod to actually make it more accessible for things like distant horizons, because I'm just gonna keep that honest between you and me. This PC is about as powerful as 2 breadsticks and a piece of string. Like, look, it works, but that's all you can say about it. Don't worry, don't worry. Eventually, I will be getting a whole new PC once I start my I had to censor that because that might actually trigger some people if I don't censor that word, I just realized. I got the mod, it's here, it's working, everything is going the way it's supposed to, okay? What in the world are you talking about? Game, look, I get it. It's not nighttime exactly, but like, it's close enough, isn't it? I also completely forgot to mention, so in the process of actually making this a proper video, something gameplay that people wanted to watch, I kind of skipped the whole part about, I don't know, making a survival let's play like the first like couple of days. So you might have noticed I've already gotten like the essentials, and there's some, especially because I've gotten all the essentials for the mod itself, with the exclusion of that because that's actually not part of the mod. But yeah, I have to say this is one of my favorite mods that I have been playing with over the last couple of days, especially just on this world, because while I was thinking about recording stuff, I didn't want this to kind of just be like its own open video where like you do the same thing that every other survival let's play person does. It's like, oh, we spawned into a world. There's a tree we have to punch. You get the idea? Like, I will admit, I don't have anything, you know, completely set up here apart from at least what I would consider a decent tornado cellar, because we're at least under the ground where at least if something comes through, it'll just rip up the foundation of the stairs. And this llama is literally practicing voodooism. I don't think that's the right word, but you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna keep it in the video anyway. And surprisingly enough, I've actually not had that many storms that have actually come through and done anything, which again may suggest that I might need to change some settings, but I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, okay? Just in the event that storms don't actually start spawning the way they need to. But that actually is a good segue into checking what our risk is for today. So a 4, a 5, and a 5. If I have to change settings, something's wrong with my game, not his mod, I promise. But yeah, gamers, this has honestly kind of been one of my favorite things to actually play with over the last couple of days, like I said. And not only that, I actually decided to finally speak with people in the community who I've been watching for like, what, 10 plus years, that I'm not even joking, literally came back because this mod is a thing. Now, of course, I'm not going to mention, like, the active people that, you know, a lot of you may know. Like, the people that I know are kind of like, they keep to themselves. But people like I already mentioned at the beginning, Tanner, Cookie even made some videos. Even Fire Resistance came back for one video and then just hasn't uploaded anything in 4 weeks, which is surprising. He'll definitely be back though. There's no way he just stops completely. Even someone like Shootabirdie, who has made an entirely new YouTube career for himself with his whole 3 million subscribers, has even thought about coming back to essentially make an entire new tornado survival series. I don't know how he would handle it with YouTube's new meta and new editing style, but I mean, the views are here. I will say, the views are here, ladies and gentlemen. Nah, but in all seriousness, I actually am doing this because I actually legitimately do enjoy this mod, and I would like to hope that that reflection will come out within these videos itself. I hope that you guys end up liking this, because this mod itself is really fun to play with. But in the process of like hoping that people actually do want to see this and all, it's not just going to be like the same thing that every other survival is, because here's the thing. I do want to focus primarily on the storms, having like great builds and having an entire empire that's completely built around the idea of tornado survival itself. I'm totally not chopping this down because I just noticed there's a problem with the house in terms of the dimensions. totally not the reason. All right, and that would complete the wall plans for this very obviously tornado susceptible house. Time to get some sleep and continue the process in the morning. On the plus side though, we at least get to check our extremely high 6 out of 6 risk within the next 7 minutes. Oh, that's gonna be fantastic. You know what? This is the perfect opportune time to just not worry about that. Look, we've got a house to build, okay? Is it extremely tornado susceptible like I said before? Yes. Do I care that it's tornado susceptible? Maybe a little bit, but you know what? It's better to have had a house that was built that can withstand winds of 116 miles an hour and lose it in the blink of an eye than to have never put in the effort and never started building at all. Remember that, kids. Gotta make our floor plan extremely clean and white so that when we track our muddy, disgusting, severe weather-ridden boots in here, we can complain about having to mop the floor. Floor plan is achieved. Anyway, guys, remember how I was mentioning about how that risk didn't look like it was all too real and I was kind of complaining about there being nothing in the sky? What is that? I actually haven't checked. I kind of need to see like what this actually is. Oh, would you look at that? It's a thunderstorm that seems to be rapidly increasing in strength. You know what? It hasn't warned me about anything yet, so you know what? We'll actually just go ahead and take a gander at it outside. That's the smart thing to do, right? Okay, well, I'm not gonna go the entire distance all the way over there to take a look at it, but I don't see any rotation this far out, but it would suggest that there's rotation in here. Let me actually go take a look. Well, in the process of suggesting rotation, it also just quickly gains strength, but yeah, take a look at that. There's rotation on the outer band of it, or at least it would appear that way. If I wasn't a smart person, and I just saw that for what it was, I would think that's a rain-wrapped tornado. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that don't look too good with that little tiny bit of rotation in the back right there. I'm surprised there's no warning on it. See, this is where having Optifine would actually be really, really helpful for dictating, like, a rotation, but I don't see a rotation, at least not yet. Well, my eyes doeth deceiveth me, because there is rotation that I'm just not seeing. Like, look at this. I leave for like a minute and it already gets stronger and stronger. Kind of hard because, again, if you don't really know what you're trying to look for, you can't really like notice it at all. And to be fair, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't even know what I'm looking for myself. But it's somewhere like back that way. There's rotation beyond those mountains over there. Hold on there, fellas. I think I might see something. I think I can officially see the whole rotation now that we were talking about before. It would seem this whole area is rotation. Yep, that's a whole area of rotation over there. Good Lord, look at that. It's magnificent, isn't it? Even in a video game, where like this has no probable chance of doing anything that would be impactful, it's still beautiful. Proto did such a good job with this mod. I must say, he did such a fantastic job with this mod. Even the lightning and the thunder, the sounds that it makes, good Lord. I'm just not realizing, should I probably go back inside? I mean, I'm being a real southerner right now and sitting on my non-existent southern porch while staring at what is very obviously a rotating thunderstorm. That is not a very good thing for me to be standing. Well, I mean, I'm far enough away, but like I still shouldn't be staring at it. Or at the very least, actually, we can go check and see how much more dangerous it's gonna get. See, again, it's almost as if it's just at a standstill, which is kind of lame if you ask me. Like, it's moved, I can tell it's moved, but it's not moving very fast. See, I can definitely tell it's moved, because it went from, like, over this direction to more back towards here. But it's not gonna come for us, I know that much. Especially because of how far back it is, but look at that right there. Good Lord, look at that. That is a confirmed tornado on the ground, ladies and gentlemen. It might be a little hard to see because of the contrast from like the back clouds to this one, but good Lord, look at how beautiful that thing is. Well, I guess my suspicions are confirmed. It is going to completely miss my base as it's more like 100 blocks that way. But let's see if we can try to at least get a little bit closer to it and get an even like better picture of it, because that is, good Lord, that's magnificent. Oh, and then of course, right as I start chasing it, starts to dissipate. Well, that's just freaking great. But you know what? I can't even be too mad at it. At least I actually got to see a storm. That's like the first one in the last like 5 Minecraft days that I've actually seen in this world. And even if it didn't come over here necessarily and like ruin everything, I'm just glad to have seen something. But in the process of saying that, let's go ahead and see if we can get this house finished.
One debt to society later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like I'm going to have to pause what I was doing just for a second, at least get this nice gentleman off of my front property. Because I don't know if you guys were able to pick up on that before it rudely decided to leave, but we got a problem. A serious one at that, because there's a storm right about somewhere there, like where I'm at. Well, never mind then. I guess that siren just indicated that tornado for me. All right, let's get outside real fast. I want to see if I can take a gander at this tornado that it's talking about. Oh, you mean that thing right over there? Well, in the process of talking about things that are extremely and potentially dangerous, I think it might be time to actually go back this way. At least a little bit, because that's coming what looks to be straight for me. And I'm not for that. But what's that wind speed telling us? 37 miles an hour? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah, that's not good at all. I might need to go, like, down here just to protect myself. At least a little bit, right? Yeah, no. Take a gander at the wine cellar stairs of the tornado that's rapidly approaching my location. Is that the end of it? Is it gone? Whoa. That was close. Good Lord, look at that beautiful specimen right in the sky right there. You know, that was probably nothing more than like an F1. What's the wind speed at? Still 33. It was probably nothing by the time it came over the mountain over here, but good Lord. That's just a rotating funnel at this point. Is it going to touch down again? It doesn't look like it. I think my siren's a bit late on the warning there. But here, let me see if I can actually find any, like, ground damage over here, or if it was quite literally nothing. Because it spawned back this way, but it doesn't look like it did. It didn't even do anything to, like, pick up, like, the grass and change it. Good Lord. That wasn't anything. That was, like, a baby tornado, if anything. Look, obviously in a real-life scenario, you would take that a little bit more seriously than I was taking it right there. But that was just because it was the first one, number one, to come through my house, number one, or at least towards my base. And number two, I was curious how much damage it could actually do. I promise by the time we record another video, I will have an actual legitimate house that's not just cobbled together sticks and woods in the middle of a plains biome, alright? I promise you, it will be something a lot more respectable than that. But thank you guys very much for watching, and also one more thing. Leave your suggestions in the comments below for things you would actually like to see with this series, because I legitimately am having a lot of fun doing this, but I also want you guys to have some input as well. But until next time, thank you guys very much for watching, and take care.